Hi, this is the video for Daf Tet of Masechet Ketubot for Daf Shevui. This Daf Tet is really the heart of the chapter. It's a sugya that I spent probably a year of my life working on, writing about, and really dealing with, and so I'll have to boil some of that down into 5 minutes. I've spoken a lot about some of the work I did in earlier videos as well. The beginning part of the sugya opens up with Rabbi Elazar's famous statement that a husband who says petach patuach matzati ne'eman le'osra alav. A husband who says, I found my wife to be an open opening, meaning the feeling of that I was expecting, I will try not to get too graphic here, the feeling that I was expecting upon first-time sexual relations was not there. He's believed to prohibit her to him. Now, I really want to focus on the last part. I don't want to focus on the more graphic part about the petach patuach. Clearly, this is very subjective. How is he really supposed to know? All women are created differently. He's probably an inexperienced man, as we're going to see on Daf Yud. How can he really know what he's talking about here? I think the key to this is the words ne'eman le'osra alav, which is picked up later on in the sugya in the Bavli. This husband isn't really believed in the sense that a court believes a person. He doesn't really have any trust in him because it's subjective. He has no witnesses. He could be biased. He could be lying intentionally to try to strip her of her ketubah, as we're going to learn on the second half of the daf. So there's really very little reason to believe such a claim. However, what he's really saying is, I don't think that my wife was a virgin. Even if he's not believed, he believes his own claim. At least that's what he's saying when he makes this claim. He's saying, look, legally speaking, I may not be able to prove that she wasn't a virgin, but I believe that she was not a virgin. And this is a principle that appears a lot in Jewish law. And basically it goes like this. It says, look, there are times when you're not believed vis-a-vis other people. The things that you say, in order for them to have impact on other people's lives, you have to prove that they are true. You can't just come to somebody and say, that meat that you're eating that you think is not kosher, is really not kosher. If that person bought it from somewhere that's kosher and you have no proof, he can continue to eat that meat. However, you who said that piece of meat is not kosher cannot eat that. And we see that in the Mishnah that the sugya brings up. A husband goes to a woman and says, I betrothed you. And she says, Ma pitom. What are you talking about? You didn't betroth me. He is believed because he says, I betrothed you. Now, he can't have any consequences vis-a-vis her because she denies it. However, a man cannot marry a woman's sister, her mother, her daughter, or other ones of her close relatives. So all of those women now become immediately prohibited to him. Again, not because he's believed in the court in the legal consequence, but he's really in essence saying those women are related to me, so I may not marry them or have sexual relations with them. He's believed vis-a-vis himself. That is what Rabbi Elazar really wanted to say. He wanted to say, look, in all of these cases, and there are many of them in the Mishnah, we're going to get them later on, where virginity claims fail, they fail in the court. The husband has no right to cause her to lose her ketubah payment. However, he has stated that he believes that she's not a virgin. And what that means is that she may have committed adultery sometime between the period of betrothal and the marriage. And therefore, if she has, she's an adulteress. And in essence, he's accusing her of potentially being an adulteress. And if he is making such an accusation, then he has to live with the consequences, and he is not allowed to stay married to her. He will now have to divorce her and pay her the ketubah, at least according to Rebbe Elazar. The second half of the page where Shmuel says he causes her to lose the ketubah, I believe that is taking the law, the original law, into another direction. But the original law from Rebbe Elazar was not that he was believed. The original law was that he is allowed, a person is always allowed to make things prohibited upon themselves.